I know just the research we've done on local businesses and small businesses, how important it is to support small businesses. And not even just for us, like our benefit, because obviously that's a
Yeah.
self, but for just the greater good of money in the community. So I know we've talked about where your money goes if you shop on Amazon versus where your money goes if you shop at a local store. And can you speak to that at all or talk about how you feel about that?
Yes. So obviously, I mean, we all shop on Amazon, Target, whatever. It happens totally. But if you can be a little more mindful of supporting local, um, here's a little insight from a small business perspective. So, um, sometimes I feel like people think there's two types of businesses that they want to support. One is like the craft show, vendor show, like you are looking at the person that actually made the pot holders or whatever. And then there's the big box stores where it's like super easy, you know what to expect. You walk into Target, this is the price, this is the styles, like predictable. And then there's us in the middle who are trying to be both and supporting both. Do I ever want to be a Target? No. And this is why, because at Compass Rose, we're able to be so flexible to what our customers are asking for and needing. Like the example of our crafting kits, how we were able to like pivot and do that quickly in the spring. Also, if you're asking for things like a face mask, for example, we had no intention to sell face masks, but
Right.
our friends kept asking for them. And so we were like, okay, let's find the cutest, softest, easy to wear masks and sell those. And that's what we did. And so I just feel sometimes that there's this misconception of like, oh, well, Compass Rose or small business, whatever, you buy your goods, you mark it up, and you sell them. And so, like, I'm not going to support you because you're not really local. And to me, that's just like, oh, like it just hurts so bad because I know exactly all the hard work that you, me, Jordan, Tracy, Lindsay, Miranda, all the people that have worked for us have like put into the store. And I think people kind of see us at our desks, you know, when they come in and they're like, oh, they're just like on Facebook, and then they check people out, and that's the deal. But it would be almost impossible for us to have a store the size that we do and for us to make everything and to make a
Oh, yeah.
like
Absolutely.
there's not enough time, there's not enough profit margin involved, and we have a huge store. So what we've opted to do is have the majority of the store be curated gifts and items that I handpick myself with the opinions of
I
Kelly
have a lot.
and
Yeah.
others. And I like think of my friends and family, like what would I buy for them? Who are they buying for? What types of celebrations or events, or you know, even like the littlest of things of like, hey, you asked your boss for a raise, let's send you this keychain and a cute note or something.
Hmm.
So that's how we pick our items that way. Then the other side of our business is our customized or personalized goods. And that is really the fun part, I guess, where like
Yeah.
I get to design what people are asking for. Our friends come in and they get to choose, you know, like mix and match, like design with me, like, okay, I want this color, this font, this size of sign or ornament or cutting board, whatever it is. Um, and we get to do that together and we get to really be a part of our friends' celebrations throughout their whole life journey. It's so cool to see. I know recently we had a friend of ours Autumn, who had gotten married last year, I think it was, and we did
Mhm.
some wedding tumblers and gifts for her. And then her and her husband recently had a baby, and so they brought me
Yes.
their baby, and she bought some baby gifts, and it was just so cool to be like a part of that life cycle.
Yeah.
But I don't know. So I got a little off on a tangent, but
That's it.
basically we can't make goods for time and profit reasons. Because really on our customized goods, the amount of time that we put into them, we like make a tiny sliver of profit on that. And I guess just to kind of talk a little bit about that business side of it. So, and this isn't giving away the farm or anything. This, I mean, you could literally Google what's the average profit margin in retail, and it'll tell you about 50%. So,
Yeah.
basically, I don't have anything around me, but basically, we buy something for $1, let's say, and then we sell it for $2. So the markup is usually your profit margin is 50%. So when we do signs and stuff, personalized things, it's a lot thinner. And I'm sure you're thinking, just like my husband did when we started the business, is, oh, this is going to be a cash cow. Like, oh, you just double it and look at all this money and whatever. That's not the case, because there are a lot of things in our business that doesn't make us money back. Like if we just had the goods, which nobody just has the goods, then yes, we would probably be rolling in the dough right now. But we have to pay rent every month. That doesn't technically make us any money back.
Sure.
Utilities, payroll, all of our displays, our website fees, our credit card processing fees. So now everybody's like going to, everybody was basically using cards anyways before, but now there's like this change shortage and people aren't using cash, whatever. So 3% of our sales basically goes out the door right away. And we want to be as competitive as possible when it comes to pricing, and also just to make it reasonable so you're not feeling like you're paying boutique-ish prices.
Sure.
Like, oh, it's so overpriced when I go to Compass Rose. What I love to hear is knowing that we price something so that we can make profit on it and that it's reasonable, and people saying like, oh, this is such a good deal, or I'm going to buy it too because this is priced really well. And I'm like, yay.
Yeah, I think one thing that people don't know, and I didn't know until I started working here, is, I mean, we do really take that into account. There are certain things that people have wanted us to carry in the store that we don't, because the cost for us to purchase it and then to actually make any money on it makes the price kind of ridiculous to our consumer, to our friends. And we're just willing to, I'm not going to charge you $70 for a blanket.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And you know what? Like, there are those things that, yeah, I can go to Target and get a cute blanket for this much, or, there are certain things that we would love to be able to carry, but there's just no way we can and still have it benefit everybody.
Yes. Oh, exactly. And so let's talk about that. So like how it goes when you like buy wholesale is like the more of one item you buy, like the better discount that you get. So take the blanket, for example. So like a regular throw blanket, we might bring in maybe 24 of them at a time at the most, because that's a lot to have on the floor. But think of Target and how many Targets there are and whatever. They probably buy thousands of those blankets. So the price difference of what we buy it at, hypothetically, say we buy it at $20 a blanket, and Target's buying thousands of them at a time, they're probably paying $5 for that blanket. So yeah, our $40 blanket, yes, you can buy for like $35 or $30 at Target, but there's all that profit margin that's going to a Target or a big box store. And I know I didn't get to this part of it, but you had mentioned before, like, how is money spent at our store different than like at
Yeah.
Target? I keep talking about Target because I love Target too, but
It's
um,
great.
um, so when you spend money in our store, the money goes towards, like, we pay our landlord who is local. So when we pay rent, they're local. We pay Kelly.
Mhm.
I get paid sometimes out of it. And then, our utilities are local. So all that money goes back into the
Mhm.
community and people who work at Midco and Otter Tail and I don't know what other utilities we have, but so not only is it beneficial, obviously, to have the money coming our way, but the money also means opportunity. And for us, we feel like, I mean, first off, I've never had money in my life. Like, we've never been rich growing up. We're not rich
Yeah.
now. And so it's hard for me to look at giving back to our community in just a monetary way. And so when we have a space like the treehouse to donate or create opportunities, whatever, that's what we want to do. Same with any like sponsorship or donation things. We don't want to just give $100 to the hockey team. We want to be, that's my dog. We want to be able to collaborate with them in some way and maybe meet a
Yeah.
need that they otherwise would be looking elsewhere for or something.
Sure.
One of the latest examples, and it just ended this week, but the latest
Yeah.
examples that we were able to donate was, so there's this organization called Bio Girls, BIO, which means beautiful inside and out. And it's
Mhm.
for grade school girls, and it helps build confidence. And we talk about um, self worth and body image and all the things that really the world is like pressing against these girls and just
Yeah.
teaching them younger. And I mean, I think you've said it too, and I know I've said it like, geez, I wish we had this back in the day.
Yeah.
Because even some of the lessons that we're learning, I was like, oh my gosh, like I totally need this at 33 years old. So I can
Right.
imagine how the 10-year-olds are feeling. But anyway, so it's this, usually it's 12-week. This year we had to do a 6-week program, but we were able to donate our treehouse space. And otherwise, the organization would have had to pay for that elsewhere or
Mhm.
in a space that just wasn't meshing with what they wanted their mission to be. So we donated the treehouse space. The girls do like a classroom type of thing for the first half of the meeting time. And then we go on the Paul Bunyan Trail and do our activity stuff. And so I don't know, there was just something where I was like, if we did not exist, then we would not have been able to have this program in our community and help these 11 amazing girls and have these
Yeah.
4 mentors getting impacted too. So it definitely goes beyond the dollar. And I
Yeah.
hope that that's something people consider too, that instead of saving $1 or $5 by buying it at Target, Walmart, Amazon, whatever, you consider the impact that we're trying to make at Compass Rose, that we're not in the business of selling stuff. Like, we
Yeah.
not only want these items to be tokens of a moment, a celebration in our friends' lives, but we also want to use our profit, space, opportunity, whatever, to create opportunities for others and to kind of like pay it forward.